Good. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We are so glad you are joining us here on this Shabbat evening as we are celebrating Tu B'Shvat, our New Year of the Trees. We're going to have a bit of an abbreviated service, and then we will gather for a Tu B'Shvat themed oneg downstairs, where we will be doing some blessings and continuing our celebration. So we hope you all stick around for that. And don't worry, we'll have you out of here if you're joining us for Fourth Friday dinner night out. We will have you out of here with plenty of time to make it to dinner. But first, we're going to be singing our way, welcoming Shabbat, first with Hine Matov Umanaim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad, how good it is as we can dwell together, and we're happy to have Mr. Michael Goldman here, along with Gail here for singing along. So please join with us, Hine Matov, how good it is that all of us are here together.
Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
We want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom and a welcome back to TBS. Let's take a moment and welcome each other, finding someone around you who you know, maybe someone who you have not met yet, and please wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Beautiful to see everyone welcoming each other to our community, even waving across the sanctuary. It's beautiful. As we welcome Shabbat with warmth and with light, I'd like to invite Carol Carol Hirsch to light our Shabbat candles with us.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Shanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner Shabbat.
So as we mentioned, we are celebrating Tu B'Shvat, and the name of the holiday Tu B'Shvat is the date, the Hebrew date, the 15th of Shvat, as we celebrate not especially trees, but also our connection to nature and to the environment, which we depend on and which also depends on us. So I'd like to offer this poem called The 15th of Shvat by Shin Shalom to help get us sort of in the intention of Tu B'Shvat. So he writes, on the 15th of Shvat, when the spring comes, an angel descends, ledger in hand, and enters each bud, each twig, each tree, and all our garden flowers. From town to town, from village to village, he makes his winged way, searching the valleys, inspecting the hills, flying over the desert, and returns to heaven. And when the ledger will be full of trees and blossoms and shrubs, when the desert is turned into a meadow and all our land is a watered garden, the Messiah will appear. We'll continue with Lecha Dodi as we welcome in the Sabbath bride.
Lecha Dodi, Ligra Kala, B'nai Shabbat, Nekaba. Lecha Dodi, Ligra Kala, B'nai Shabbat, Nekaba. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom umevarach. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom umevarach.
We'll continue with singing our Hatzi Kaddish prayer. If you have a prayer book, you can find that on page 26. And we invite you, if you are able, to please rise.
Yitkadal v'yikadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Yamadi v'rach Yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon. Uv'chayei tekol Beit Yisrael. Ba'akala, uv'izmah kariv. V'imeru, Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevorach, v'olam u'almei almaya, yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnasei, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalah, Shemei dekudesha barichu, le'elam minko, birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechramata, ta'amiran bi'alma, v'imeru, Amen. Baruchu et Adonai, ha'mevorach, Baruch Adonai ha'mevorach, le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated. In appreciation of nature, we'll continue with Ma'ariv Aravim, our prayer for the beginning of evening. Page 30 and 31, feel free to join me in the Hebrew and the English. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, bechokma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim, barmishmerotehem, barakia kirtsono. We'll continue in the English. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which the time and seasons glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. In appreciation of this idea of creation, wanted to share a very brief story from the Talmud, from our ancient text, for whom conserving nature has been important, even in its creation thousands of years ago. So this is a story from creation. When God created Adam and Eve, God showed them all the trees of the Garden of Eden. God said to them, "Look at my works, how beautiful and praiseworthy they are. And everything that I created it for you. Pay attention that you do not spoil and destroy my world. If you do, there will be no one after you to repair it." Even as far back as our ancient times, we are reminded to take care of our earth. We'll now continue, perhaps in that same spirit, with the acknowledgement of the oneness, of that divine oneness that connects all of us with Shema. I invite you, if you are able, to please rise.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol ma'odecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha v'lechtecha v'derech v'shavchecha v'kumecha v'kshartam le'od al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mizot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kadoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Not only have we been celebrating Tu B'Shvat this week, but this is also a very special Shabbat. This is called Shabbat Shirah. At this moment in our Torah cycle, we celebrate the parting of the Sea of Reeds and the Israelites crossing through it in their first joyful moments of freedom. And in that Shirah, in that song, is Mi Chamocha. So that is where that prayer originates, and we celebrate it and we read it this Shabbat. So in honor of that, as you can see here, we're going to sing Miriam's song in honor of Miriam, who led the people in dancing and in joy in that freedom, and we'll carry on with that same tune into Mi Chamocha. So please join us. And Gail's got her timbrel. She's our Miriam tonight. Let's take that joy and carry that into Shabbat and the rest of the week. We'll now continue with Amidah with our standing prayers, beginning with Adonai Sifatai. I invite you again, if you are able, to please rise.
Adonai Sifatai tiftachu fi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagdol, Hagibor v'Hanara, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Hasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'Neihem, Lema'an Shemo Ba'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, Mechakel Hayim B'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol Be'Rachamim Rabim, Sahomek Noflim Ve'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Baal Givurot, Umito Melech, Melech Memi, Umechayeh, Umasmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. You may be seated, and we'll continue now with a few moments of silent prayer, whatever may be in our hearts or on pages 54 to 60.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So as we mentioned earlier in this service, we encounter two important moments in the Jewish calendar this week. This week was Tu B'Shvat, the new year of the trees, and we've also reached this climactic Torah portion in which the Israelites crossed the Sea of Reeds. The Israelites burst into song, including Mi Chamocha, which is why the Shabbat is known as Shabbat Shirah, or the Shabbat of Song. Tu B'Shvat and Shabbat Shirah may seem like disparate occurrences, despite being around the same time, the way that our calendar works out this year. But I think there may be some resonance between the two. Perhaps one can help inform the other and bring some additional depth and meaning to us this Shabbat. Tu B'Shvat is a great excuse to read a fun, nature-y book, especially if it's too cold to take a hike or be outside. So mine this year is The Invention of Nature by Andrea Wolf. Has anyone read this one? Is this familiar? I got a nod from Juniper. Excellent. Anyone else? That's all good. That's all good. I'll summarize it for you. So it's a biography about the naturalist Alexander von Humboldt. So Humboldt is a really interesting figure as a scientist, a world traveler and explorer who inspired people like Thomas Jefferson, Charles Darwin, John Muir, and many others. Humboldt is credited as one of the first people to propose that nature exists as a global interconnected force with climates, animals, and plants that all rely on each other in order to flourish. In the 1800s, he was among the earliest to sound the alarm of human-induced climate change, so he's considered also an early father of the environmentalist movement. He wrote, "Life is everywhere, and these organic powers are incessantly at work." He saw unity in variety, noting that individual phenomena were only important in their relation to the whole. This might seem obvious to us now, but back in Humboldt's day, it was widely believed that the earth only existed as a resource for human beings that we could use at our discretion without consequence. People even thought that cutting down trees made the air healthier, which thankfully has been disproven. It is literally the opposite. But from fast fashion to overuse of plastic to deforestation, this resource mindset continues to have a strong hold on us and our world. It's too bad that Humboldt wasn't Jewish. At least I don't think he was, but I haven't finished the book, so maybe there will be a surprise for me in the future, but pretty sure he's not. Because Judaism has long understood since antiquity that we should orient our lives to be in harmony with the earth. Long before modern earth sciences, our ancient practices uplifted sustainable practices. Some of these include resting the land every 7 years, refraining from eating species that would harm the food chain, like birds of prey, of forbidding fruit trees from being cut down, and instituting mitzvot, like Bal Tashchit. One should not destroy the earth or waste its bounty. And like the Kabbalists, the Jewish mystics who instituted the Tu B'Shvat Seder, who went outside to welcome the Shabbat bride and nature, wonder and appreciation of nature is also a Jewish value. Nature does not just exist for us to take and use. To Humboldt, nature was also a signal of freedom. Humboldt was also an early abolitionist, calling slavery the greatest evil, as he witnessed the subjugation of both indigenous peoples of South America under the Spanish, as well as the slavery of African Americans in early America. He regularly clashed with Thomas Jefferson and other luminaries, writing that enslaving one group of people, assuming that the other is superior, is unnatural and against nature. To him, nature's unity in variety was also true for humans, writing that all people are alike designed for freedom. Nature is the domain of liberty. So perhaps here we find a potential meeting place between Tu B'Shvat and Shabbat Shirah. Harmony with the earth, taking care of our environment, dovetails seamlessly into harmony with and integrity for all other human beings. And the Israelites experienced their first taste of freedom through the parting of the Sea of Reeds, through nature, through water, a powerfully transformative and creative force, one we cannot live without. So let's take a moment And imagine you are in your favorite environment in nature. Not just the sights, but the sounds. You can close your eyes if you want. Perhaps you think of the steady rhythm of waves crashing on the shore, the steady buzz of crickets and cicadas in jungles and forests, perhaps the chorus of birdsong through the trees in spring and summer, perhaps the stillness of a snowfall, the rustling of leaves and tall grasses and prairies, babbling brooks and streams. No matter where you went, the entire earth is singing a song. As we celebrate nature and our commitment to take care of the earth, we join the world in harmony. But there is much discord in that harmony these days around the world, in Israel and Gaza, and here in our state. Tomorrow is also International Holocaust Remembrance Day, and recall those voices who were silenced just for being Jews, among other minorities. In both cases, as a human species and as part of a local and global ecosystem, we know that we all rely on each other. I won't impersonate David Attenborough, but as he has said multiple times in many nature documentaries, the success of one species often relies on another. So too do we as a human community rely on each other, just as we rely on the world. We are not free until all of us are free. Until everyone can sing with their own authentic voice, our chorus is incomplete. The Song of the Sea is Judaism's first poem, our first song, and it is one of the first recorded in human history. Our rabbinic tradition imagines it was the first song ever in the world, as it is said in Midrash, from the day that God created the world until Israel stood by the sea, there was not a single person who said a song to God except for Israel. God created the first human, and they didn't sing a song. God saved Abraham from the fiery furnace and from the kings, and he didn't say a song. Isaac was saved from the knife, and he didn't say a song. And Jacob was saved from the angel and from Esau, and he didn't say a song. But when Israel, the people of Israel, came to the sea and it parted for them, they immediately said a song before God, as it says, then Moses sang, as well as the people of Israel. So this year, may we sing a new song, a song of harmony and enlightenment, of peace and understanding, of renewal and care for the earth. And may we hear the harmonies of our fellow human beings, of our plant and animal friends, of the entire earth, all of those harmonies that are present all around us each and every day. Shabbat Shalom. With that intention of a new song, we'll continue singing together with Shir Chadash. May we sing a new song.
From the beginning, a little faster. Shiru Adonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Adonai, Kol Haaretz. Repeat. Shiru Adonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Adonai, Baruch Shemo, Asru miyom leyom,
As we now turn to our Misha Berach prayer, our prayer of healing, we hope that that song, that hope, reaches all who are in need of any kind of healing. And if I can talk about trees for one more moment, there is evidence that trees will send nutrients through like a root and underground network to other trees and plants that are in need. We can't see it, it's all completely under the surface. But I think that's, to me, really meaningful when we think about the Misha Berach prayer. It's not necessarily like a magic wand to fix whatever may be going on, but that we are sending that energy, we're sending that love, we are sending it out. And we are all interconnected in that way. So I do believe that it makes some kind of difference. Perhaps after the service, we can reach out to those folks and let them know that we are thinking of them. So this evening, among the many in our community and in our world who are in need of healing very much, we are thinking especially of Jonathan Adler, Nancy Ashley, Lori Barr, Sarah Bates, Margie Block, John Bratta, Antony Castillo, Ann Clark, Bruce Cohen, Mia Cooley, Ella Dubrow, Larry Eisenman, Gary Foskell, Marilyn Friedman, Alan Goldberg, Carolyn Goldmark, Beth Jasalowitz, Jessica Heffley, Amotz Kohlmeyer, Dan Lang, Minna Melton, Phyllis Miles, Lisa Pena, Ian Phillips, Rashi Prestowski, Stanley Radin, Jessica Rathkopf, Steve Rubenstein, Rolf Sauer, Ron Solomon, Ozzie Zimmer, and Shelley Zimmerman. And any names that you'd like to share at this time. For each of them and for all those in need of that love, that energy, that care, that healing, we'll sing together, Misha Berach.
Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor Abraham Avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And let us say Amen.
We'll now begin concluding our service, first with Aleinu L'Shabach. We invite you, if you are able, to please rise. Page 282 or on our screens.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu b'yei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo samchakenu chachem, v'glor aleinu k'chol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo Echad.
We remain standing if we're able as we approach our prayer of memory, Kaddish Yatom. Our hearts first turn to those whom we have lost within the last 30 days in our remembering in Shloshim. We remember Leonard Gutter, Sophia Khan, and Gisela Canast. We're also recalling those whom we lost at this season in years past as we observe Yahrzeit in love for Henry Applebaum, Paul Bernard, Sally Blatt, Stephen Bloom, Archie Kaplan, Richard Fay, Paul Jacobs, Herman Katz, Susan Cutel, David Lynn Sr., Marvin Sonny Morris, Emil Pabian, Irma Polofsky, Manny Rice, Malcolm Schwartz, Stanley Schwartz Jr., Stanley Schwartz Sr., Fred Simon, Alan Singer, Lee Singer, Cecilia Snyder, Stephanie Stein, Willie Walter, Sally Abel Wasserstrom, Bernie Weiss, and Dorothy Weiss. If there's anyone else whom you're remembering this evening whose name you would like to share, you're welcome to do so. For each one of them and for all who have no one left to say Kaddish for them, we'll recite together page 294 or up on our screens. Yit gadal ve'yit kadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar v'yit aleh v'yit halal shemei dekudesha berichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to Israel, and to all the world, and let us say together, amen. You may be seated, and I'm delighted to invite up Leah. Are you still up for announcements? Fabulous. One of our board members, all around fabulous human being. Thank you for doing announcements for us.
My pleasure. All right, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. All right, so please be sure to stay after services for a brief celebratory Tu B'Shvat Oneg with blessings, songs, and a sampling of traditional Tu B'Shvat bites. We encourage families with children ages 0 to 5 to attend our Tot Time at religious school this Sunday. This fun morning allows families with children to experience our religious school community before entering elementary school. Sunday, we're also hosting our American Jewish History class with Carol Hirsch at 11 a.m. on Zoom. Coming up in February, we will begin our Topics Holocaust Study series with Dr. Richard on Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. And last, if you RSVP'd for tonight's fabulous Fourth Friday dinner, please remember that the 7:30 p.m. reservation is under Becca's name. Please visit ShulCloud or check your latest weekly window email to view and register for all of our wonderful upcoming programming. Thank you and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thanks, Leah. I want to offer one last Tu B'Shvat related reading here as we wrap up. This is a poem, When I Am Among the Trees by Mary Oliver. When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, as equally the beech, the oaks, and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me the trees stir in their leaves and call out, stay a while. The light flows from their branches, and they call again, it's simple, they say, and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light and to shine. May we all be filled with light and shine. We'll continue with our, how about Kiddush and Motzi, and then our final song? Does that sound good? Or do you want to do closing song first? Gail, your call. Kiddush and Motzi, great. The good news about Kiddush is that we're going to have lots of Kiddush to do with Tu B'Shvat. So if anyone is really raring to go with this Erev Shabbat, you're welcome to join me for Kiddush. There's plenty downstairs. Anyone else? Anyone? Maddie.
Okay, Maddie. Tadonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. L'chaim. Woo!
It's a rabbi's secret. Ruach Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Anyone is welcome to come and grab some challah. We'll have our closing song, Tree of Life, and then we'll gather downstairs for our Tu B'Shvat Oneg.
English first. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, we can do the English first. Yeah. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Get your arms ready.
It is a tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy.
Ready?
Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom.
It's Hayim Hila Mahaziki Bomato Ha Befishar. It's Hayim Hila Mahaziki Bomato Ha Befishar. Let's hear it.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. It is a tree.
Shabbat
It
shalom.
is a tree.
Please join us downstairs in the social hall for a very brief Tu B'Shvat Oneg and Seder. And more lovely banter.